My name is Mackenzie Mofford, and as a college student, I researched the effects procrastination can have on grade point average. Procrastination is the act of postponing something which requires your immediate attention for a later time. This act is extremely common among college students, and it has the ability to greatly hinder a student's performance. There are several studies that have been focused on procrastination in an academic setting. One previous study by Steele, Brothen, and Wambach, 2001, found that procrastination is negatively associated with scores on papers, exams, and final course grades. They also reported that on average, college students report procrastination behaviors between 30 and 60%. High procrastination was also linked to higher levels of stress and illness. Schraw, Watkins, and Olafson, 2007, found that procrastination was attributed to characteristics of the self, teacher, and task. They found that students tend to delay assignments they had little interest in or did not enjoy doing. Strong organization skills of the student and teacher can enable procrastination. In this study, there was universal agreement that a teacher with a detailed syllabus can play a role in student procrastination. And lastly, teachers who expect less from their students promote procrastination when compared to professors who expected higher quality work. Another study by Walters, 2003, found that procrastination was most distinctly related to students' beliefs regarding their capabilities. Students who were less confident in their ability to complete their work successfully reported more work postponement than those who were confident with their academic abilities. Students also reporting being less concerned with tasks that required little to no effort to complete. It was predicted that GPA would be lower in individuals with high scores on the procrastination scale. It was also predicted that procrastination scores would decrease as student year increased. My study was made up of 21 undergraduate participants from Northern Kentucky University. A few participants were left out of the study due to incomplete responses. The sample consisted of 5 male and 16 female. 20 of them were Caucasian, and there was one African American, and all reported to be not Hispanic. Of the 21 participants, 2 were freshmen, 3 were sophomores, 9 were juniors, and 7 were seniors. The procrastination scale for student populations by Lay, 1986, was used to examine and measure participant procrastination behavior. The survey was made up of 20 statements that participants could use to describe themselves. For each item, participants were asked to decide whether the statement was uncharacteristic or characteristic of them using a 5-point Likert scale. A separate form was also completed asking demographic information. The demographic information included self-report of gender, race, ethnicity, age, grade point average, and their student year. The first hypothesis was analyzed using a correlation, and the results indicated that there was no significant correlation between GPA and scores on the procrastination scale. The second hypothesis was analyzed using a one-way ANOVA, and results also revealed that there was not a significant relationship between student year and procrastination. The results from this study clearly contradict some of the earlier research regarding grades and procrastination. For example, previous research suggests that there is a negative relationship between procrastination and scores on exams and final course grades. There were several limitations within the study that could have had an impact on these results. The sample size was relatively small and possibly did not provide sufficient power to find significance. Further threats to the internal validity of the study had to do with the subjects themselves. The sample consisted of a large number of Caucasian participants and female participants. These characteristics may have had an effect on the results. Another drawback was the fact that the sample was a convenience sample and featured individuals who were only easily reachable. Even though my results were not significant in that higher procrastination would result in lower GPA, procrastination is still very common among college students, and it has the ability to greatly hinder a student's performance in certain ways. Procrastination is still an unhealthy act that could potentially lead to bad grades, stress, and sickness. Possible ideas for future research could be to study procrastination over their college career and look at GPA or specific grades and procrastination score differences throughout their college career.